Our first season under wraps, it is time to go into the offseason and make some big plays. My pipe dream is to get Lamelo Ball. I don't know if we can actually trade up high enough to get him, so if we can, there are other players out there that are still pretty talented, but Lamelo is the #1 goal. If we can't get him, again, I'm going to cry. But go ahead and check out player retirements to see what basically happened. Vince Carter was playing for Milwaukee, which is kind of wild. Jamal Crawford, Pau Gasol, Tyson Chandler, Korver, Udonis, Nene, Zaza, Thabo, and Jose Calderon. So some notable names, but really let's give a shout out to Vince Carter for being the greatest in-game dunker of all time. From a Hall of Fame inductee standpoint, Vince Carter is the only guy that goes in immediately. 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a half a block per game. Those aren't like crazy numbers to jump out of you, but Vince Carter's impact on the court is something that everybody remembers and respects him for. The offseason, there were a lot of things that were pitched, but none of them actually went through. The most interesting thing, though, is the #1 overall pick is decided through an elimination tournament. Remaining picks are determined by team record. I think that is hilarious. It didn't go through, but can you imagine how crazy that would have been? Now, the NBA draft lottery has also taken place. The Bulls get the #1 pick. The Hornets, Wizards, Celtics, and Knicks rounding out your top 5. This is very good for us to know because we want to go ahead and try to make a play for the Bulls' #1 overall pick. We did honestly trade for Zach LaVine from them, so that is what it is. But maybe, just maybe, we can throw them a young point guard and maybe try to swindle our way to get Lamelo Ball. Now, during one of our scouting trips, we saw that our trainer uncovered an injury concern with Vernon Carey in his ankle. He considers it serious, suggested we do not draft him. I actually wanted to target Vernon Carey as one of our guys. If we couldn't get Lamelo, he's one of my backup plans, so that changes things just a little bit for me. Now, doing even more scouting, we find out that Denny Avdija, I don't know how to say his actual name, is an injury with his hip. So 2 of the guys in my top 5 of who I wanted to try to trade up and draft for are having big injury concerns. But one of the big issues that we're having is that a couple of the guys we'd want to use as trade bait, we actually don't have under contract. So Murray is actually not even on the roster at the moment because he is technically not under contract. Some of the other young talent, again, are under contract. So right now, all I can really trade would be Zach LaVine, Dwight Powell, which we're never going to trade, Seth Curry, Windler, Magruder, and you get how it goes. That makes it really tough to trade for any of those draft picks at the top. And to prove it, look at the #2 pick. They have no offers selected. If we try to trade for the #1 overall pick, no offers were found for the selected asset. We could, in theory, go ahead and trade here for the #4 pick, but my problem is we'd be giving up Zach LaVine, which I'm not 100% against, but I have no guarantee we would be getting anything of substance at the #4 overall pick. So we're going to start the draft. I don't think we're going to get Lamelo. If we do, it's going to have to be after the NBA draft. So pick number 20. Here we come. So the NBA draft is kicking off. The Chicago Bulls are on the clock. They actually take Denny Avdija out of Israel. I'm blown away. Look, if the Hornets don't take Lamelo Ball here at #2, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make a play for him with trading for the Wizards pick at #3. Let's see what they do here. They take Anthony Edwards. Okay. Actually, you know what? Chill for 1 sec. Let me just see what's available here at #3. Okay, look. If I'm looking at the mock draft, the Wizards are projected to take James Wiseman. I'm going to go ahead and just cross my fingers. It's going to be tough to trade for him anyways. I'm going to say, look, the Wizards will probably take James Wiseman. Means I can take Lamelo Ball. No point guards went off the board yet, so maybe they'll not take Lamelo. Sorry, don't take Lamelo. Take Wiseman. I'll try to trade a #4 for him. Okay, here we go. Wizards are drafting at #3. Don't take Lamelo. They take Isaiah Stewart. Bro, Lamelo's falling. All right, I know I've said I'm going to trade at #4, but let's take a second and look at this very quickly. Celtics at #4, telling me that if I give them Magruder, Zach LaVine, and my first-round pick in 2020, so another first-round pick to give to them to swap, they'll give me their 4th pick in Semi, which is Lately. I don't know how to say his name. I'm going to be honest, but if you look at the Knicks at #5, right? And I'll do this only if LaMelo's there. I could give them Zach LaVine straight up, get their 5th pick overall, which I can take Lamelo, and then their 2022 first-round draft pick, top 3 protected. That is cool because I can get a 22 draft pick. I don't think I actually have one after the Zach LaVine trade, so I can get a draft pick back. I can give them a 2nd rounder and get that guy, which I have no idea. I don't even want him. Or I can give them Gafford, LaVine, and then my first-round pick this year, get Julius Randle back. I don't really want Julius Randle. He's on an expiring deal. I'm going to pump the brakes. This is the move I'm going to try to make. LaVine, the first-round pick this year. I'll still have my second first-round pick this year. And then the 2022 first-round pick. Only if LaMelo's there. Let's go ahead and see. I have never been this nervous. I am so nervous right now. Don't take LaMelo. You have Kemba Walker. You have no reason to take him. They took RJ Hampton. Oh my God. Okay. We're in the perfect position. I'm pulling the trigger on the trade right now. So again, Zach LaVine, which I'm not wanting to part with him, but I think we can get somebody in free agency because we have a ton of cap space with the way our roster is selected. We could probably sign Murray and then trade him again and get somebody really good. Again, LaVine, the first round pick. We keep our first round pick. We get a second round pick. Or do Ty Jerome, Zach LaVine, and get the first round pick this year and their first round pick next year unprotected, which again is probably going to be pretty good. Or Magruder and LaVine for the first round pick and Brazdakis, who's actually not bad, but I want this trade right here. I'm gonna give up Ty Jerome. I know he's from UVA, so some of you might be mad, but giving up Ty Jerome, we're giving up Zach LaVine. We're gonna go all in and get LaMelo plus the first round pick next year. This is a big trade right here. So with that, the Honolulu Surf, this is gonna be a trade that not everybody agrees with. I totally get it. But we have got to go out here and take Lamelo Ball. He has 14 badges. Scouted him 88% of the way. They're ranking him at 7th for the draft success rank. 2K ranks him number 1. I think this is going to be a franchise-altering trade. Wiseman would be dope to get. We'll still have the opportunity to get somebody later in the first round, but Lamelo Ball, welcome to Honolulu. And here he is, the 6'8", 175-pound point guard. I got a good feeling about this one. Nico Mannion goes number 6 to Miami. That's a great pickup for them. As we go ahead and look at Cleveland, we'll look at the top 10, then we'll skip to our next draft pick. Wiseman ends up going to Cleveland. That is a huge pickup for them. They have their point guard of the future. They now have their big man of the future. As you go to pick number 8 here, which is actually the Grizzlies pick, which goes to the Celtics. They are going to take Jaden McDaniels. If you are an old school viewer, if you watch series from 2K19, you know this dude can absolutely hoop. I would love to get him on our team at some point, but that's too close to Alaska. Pick number 9 for Oklahoma City. They take Theo Maledon or Maledon. I don't know how to say his name, out of France. And then the final pick we'll look at before our next one, the number 10 pick, the Toronto Raptors. And this one, well, there's a trade. Wow. Okay, this is huge. They're trading the 10th overall pick in Stanley Johnson for Anthony Edwards. Who was what, number 2 or 3? That's a big deal right there. Another trade comes in at 13 overall. Phoenix is going to trade Jalen LeCue and their 13th overall pick for Marcus Smart and Daniel Theis. That's kind of crazy. I actually want Jalen LeCue on our team. I might try to trade for him in the offseason. He's a talented player, so maybe having him in in Honolulu to back up LaMelo won't be so bad. So we're here at number 20, and it's time to make a pick. The guy that I actually wanted, Jordan Nwora, I don't know actually know how to say his last name, was taken at the 19th pick. So one of the last guys on my board has now been taken. See who we're going to take here at number 20. With pick number 20, a couple of guys we can basically choose from here. One thing I will notice is that a lot of these guys don't even have badges, so I'm going to go through after and add some badges to these guys so that it really reflects their actual play style in real life. We have Cassius Winston. Vernon Carey is still there. Again, I think he had an ankle injury they uncovered, so as much as I want to draft him, he would be a great player for our franchise. An ankle injury makes me a little bit nervous. Maybe a little bit later in the second round, if he's still there, I would take a buy or a run on him. We have Tyler Bays available. We have Jay Scrub. I don't actually know a lot about Jay Scrub. B+ 3-point scoring. Athleticism is an A-. Hold on, buddy. You got my attention. Hold on, just one dart. Potential A-. How tall is he? 6'6". Average 19. He's from Trinity Valley Community College. His ceiling is Mike Miller. His floor is Randy Foye. Very comfortable shooting the NBA 3-pointers. Should be able to hit jumpers from 15 feet regularly. The knack of knowing where his teammates are. Craft defensive players will beat him in man defense. Okay, so he's not great at defense. Okay, a little tough. Tyler Bays, other guy I'm looking at. He's 6'8". They're saying his ceiling is Gallinari. His floor is Nick Young. Swaggy P out there. Can post up. How about nicely right away? Good athlete with hops. One of those guys who just seems like a basketball player. Less muscle mass. You like to see the size, even accounting for his age. He's older. He's 21. This is tough. I'm honestly between Jay Scrub and Tyler Bay. I think I'm going to go with Tyler Bay. They're ranking him as a B+. I'm going to go ahead and take a gamble on him. Please be good. Wait, he's 6'7" here. He was 6'7" or 6'8" in the other piece, right? They're lying about the height? Are you kidding me? So the Spirits come up, and the 28th overall pick is theirs, and their first ever draft pick is going to be Cassius Winston at Michigan State. A little bit of an older player, but still a dude that can absolutely hoop. So the draft is officially over, and the Chicago Bulls recapping drafted a guy with a lot of injury concerns. I'm kind of scared for them, like Derrick Rose. They get Avdija. I'm hoping that's how you say his name. At 77 overall. Anthony Edwards goes to the Hornets, but I think, did he get traded? I can't 100% remember. Isaiah Stewart goes 3rd. RJ Hampton goes 4th. Lamelo Ball goes 5th. He's an 80 overall. I think that's the highest one we've seen so far. James Wise was a 79. I think Lamelo might have actually been the highest rated player in the entire draft, which is kind of wild. Again, Jordan Nwora went just before us to the Grizzlies at 19. Great pickup by them. Really the guy that I was hoping to get, but unfortunately we did not get him. But I think Tyler Bay is going to be a solid guy for us. Overall, here's a look at the rest of the first round. Precious Achiuwa. There he goes at the end of the first round to the Thunder. Vernon Carey goes to the Nets. They're already loaded. They just got a guy that they don't have to play a ton of minutes, so they don't need to. And then rounding out the last of the first round, Khalil Whitney, another really talented guy. I hope he would get him in the second round, but he obviously didn't fall. And then the very last pick of the first round, Josh Green, the Lakers, a guy that I think can get some minutes for them pretty quickly. So for the rookie signing, we're obviously going to sign both of those guys. We have $62 million out there. So LaMelo, 2 years, $8.5 million. Tyler Bay, 2 years, $3.5 million. Easy to do that. For our team and player options, we have Robert Williams here, a 2-year opportunity. Tony Bradley as well. Honestly, I'm going to keep Tony Bradley on the team deal just because I want to try to trade him. He's been pretty disgruntled. We don't play him a ton, but I feel like we can get something for him at some point. Something that makes me really happy. A lot of you guys know we did not get Michael Porter Jr. I like to say I just declined his 2-year team option, or the team declined it. Something happened. His option was declined. He's in free agency. Better go after him. As for the qualifying offers, we're extending one to Jordan Bell, Murray, and Bembry. Bembry, a lot of you guys hated on, but he was still a pretty solid player. We can keep Murray at $3.92 million. That'll be great, but someone's going to offer him a contract, and I'm pretty sure we'll go ahead and match it. Now, there are a lot of big name players in free agency, or at least a couple out there. Anthony Davis is the biggest one. At $35.5 million, he's expecting that per year. 21 offers out there for him. There's no chance we offer him a deal. Now, Michael Porter Jr. wanted like $80-some million. I'm going to say, look, buddy, let's come in here with a 2-year player option the 3rd year, $71 million deal. That's a lot of money for you. Little improvement. You're 78 overall, but I'm believing in you. Okay, I'm offering you some big money here. What is he going to say to it? Declined it. So to show that I'm willing to spend a little bit of money, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to offer him what he wanted. Actually, I'm going to say 2 years, player option for a 3rd year, $87 million that he wanted. I got a lot of cap space, okay? We have $47 million in cap space even after this deal. I'm gonna offer it. Hope he accepts it. Okay, we're in the running. Something I happen to notice is that there is a restricted free agent out there named Malik Beasley, who we happen to trade Zach LaVine, or for Zach LaVine. So what if we just happen to throw him, I don't know, a little bit of money. I'm going to lower this down to about 40.5 million real quick. But what if we just happen to say, hey, Malik, would you like to come back to Honolulu? I'm just throwing it out there. So I'm extremely happy to say that we have landed both Michael Porter Jr. and Malik Beasley. It all worked out in the end. It didn't work out in the first year, but it worked out in the end. The thing that I'm really mad about is that I gave Porter Jr. a player option. That could come back to hurt me, to be honest. But I believe that we'll be okay. So we get Beasley, we get Porter Jr. Isaiah Whitehead we had signed at the end of the season, but we're going to let him go. It's a pretty good haul for day one. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? The Bulls have decided to match the offer sheet with Malik Beasley. I should have thrown more money at him. What am I doing? Wait a second. Jaylen Brown is also in free agency. Okay, so we didn't get Malik Beasley. Maybe we get Jaylen Brown. Let me just see what his offers are looking like right now. 1 year, $8.94 million. 1 year, $8.94 million. Philly, Brooklyn, y'all drunk? I better throw the bank at this man. So he is a restricted free agent. So let me try to put Boston in a little bit of a financial situation. Actually, let me go ahead and see what their cap room is looking like, if I can even do that. So Boston right now is negative $9 million over the salary cap. About 35 in the luxury tax room. They've got a lot of money tied up on a lot of people. Gordon Hayward's going to drop off the books for them after this year. But I want to make sure that they're going to sign him. They're going to sign him for a little bit more money than they wanted. They did pick up Scotty Lewis, I believe, in the draft. But I think I'm going to throw a little bit more money than they anticipated at Jaylen Brown. They're only paying him $9.8 million this year. I might be able to steal him. Okay, so we maxed out his salary at $89.62. Actually, can I offer him a 4th year? I'm willing to give him a 4th year. I'm 100% down for that because that'll give me trade value if I need to later on. But 4 years, 122 million. Hey, Boston, see if you want to go ahead and match this one. So Jaylen Brown obviously goes ahead and says, yo, I'm down for that deal. We could potentially have Porter Jr., who we already have for sure, and Jaylen Brown. Celtics don't match. This is the big thing right here. If they don't match, we just get a 23-year-old player who's entering his prime. It's a pretty good deal. Wait, they did match it. I thought I saw the word not in there. How do they have this much money? And we're moving ahead. We actually picked up Alonzo Trier. I'll show you guys his deal here in a second. But Murray is prepared to accept an offer from the Grizzlies. Let's just see how bad it is. I don't want to miss out on him right now. 3 years, $76 million. There's a lot of money. I'm going to match it, and then I'm going to immediately trade him. If we can't trade him, I'm dead. But I'm going to match it because I don't want to lose him for nothing. He's a young player. He's talented. This contract will be matched somewhere, somehow, some way. And we'll try to get an expiring deal out of it. But I'm going to go ahead and match this one for sure. Jordan Bell, another guy we had sitting there, is prepared to accept an offer from the Pistons. This is 2 years, $14.42 million. Again, I'm going to match this one. I don't know. Do I want to? I'm going to let him go. We got some young talent. I'm going to let Jordan Bell go. I'm going to decline that one and let him go to Detroit. So after free agency, here's what our roster looks like. Murray, Lamelo Ball, Michael Porter Jr., Alonzo Trier, Robert Williams, Dwight Powell, no Dwight Powell slander, Seth Curry, Windler, Tyler Bay, Embry, Magruder, Gafford, and Tony Bradley, who hates us so much right now. Second out player progression. Murray actually went up a ton, which is great news. Again, we're about to trade this man, so as much value as we could possibly get for him. The best. I don't want to have him and LaMelo on the team if we're going to have one of those guys, obviously a point guard. Porter Jr. goes up +4. That's great news. 3-pointers now an A-. Even better news. I love to shoot 3-pointers. Alonzo Trier is a 78. Robert Williams is a 77. Dwight Powell doesn't improve because how can you improve on perfection? Windler, Seth Curry, all improve as well. Windler's now an A+ 3-point shooter. I'm keeping this guy on our team forever. We have Tyler Bay, who we just got, so he's not going to improve. Bembry goes up 1. Magruder, Gafford up 2. Tony Bradley up 2. There's good progress here. I like it. Here in the offseason, one of the biggest things you can do are your training camps. So you guys already know untapped potential is where we're basically going. I don't know. What is LaMelo at? Did an A+. I don't really want to do anything with him. Michael Porter Jr., we will for sure go ahead and give him untapped potential. He's now an A+ there. We're also going to go untapped potential. And let me make sure we got here. I think Alonzo Trier might be the move for this one. Gonna make him now an A-, and then we're gonna do one more untapped potential. See what we got. I think I'm gonna go. Honestly, I believe a lot in Robert Williams, but Dylan Windler. I'm gonna give it to him. I believe in this kid. With all that being said and done, we've got a couple of opportunities here to look at the mock draft for the upcoming season. Jalen Green sits at the top of that board, and if you know anything about the Alaska Explorers, I understand why he sits there. A guy we want to target for sure. Isaiah Todd, another stud. Pete Cunningham, KJ Martin, the son of Kenya Martin, Evan Mobley, Josh Christopher. I mean, there's some talented players here. I want to try to draft a couple of them. Now, we do have 2 first-rounders, so we couldn't mortgage that to try to get back into the top 5 again. But again, here's a good look at the roster you're going to be ultimately seeing. I want to know what you guys think from a draft perspective, but I have one other big question before we end this episode. With Murray still on the team, I need to get him up out here so that we can clear way for LaMelo to be the #1 starter. But I need to know from you guys down below in the comments, who should I be trading Murray for? If you look at the trade finder, I can show you guys really quickly some of the deals that came up. None of them really intrigued me too much. A couple of them were kind of like, okay, maybe I could see that working a little bit. Let's see if we go through. This deal I don't like is Gordon Hayward's on an expiring deal. He wouldn't really fit with my roster too well. Zaire Smith, we could try to trade for. Again, expiring deal. Doesn't really fit my roster, my play style. Terry Rozier. That first round pick's kind of intriguing, but it is in 2022, so 2 years from now. Davis Caldwell Pope, Jonathan Isaac. Not a guy that really fits. Can't really score. He's only really a good defender at this stage of his career. Hardaway Jr. Brogdon, though. This trade is a little bit intriguing. Malcolm Brogdon could fit in pretty well as shooting guard for us. He could probably be the starter right there. Have Trier come off the bench. I think this is probably the best deal out there. So we would trade Murray and Daniel Gafford, the first rounder in 2023. We get Malcolm Brogdon. So we would have basically LaMelo Ball, Brogdon, and then a small forward, we would have Michael Porter Jr. I like the versatility. Brogdon, if I remember correctly, is actually a pretty good three-point shooter. 87 overall for his three-point rating. Incredible free throw shooter. I think he's probably the move. But again, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think. I think I might pull the trigger on this deal, but hey, you tell me if we should make this deal or not.